Welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock.
Hello, everyone. It has been a long time since we've seen each other, but we have come once more to grace the glorious wasteland of the internet with our ever so unwelcome presence.
You're damn right we are. Don't call it a comeback because we've been here for years.
Yeah, we've sort of taken a little bit of a break in July, but nevertheless, we are here now in the next to last weekend of this month. I'm your host, Jose Casabona, and joining me on my left is host of Los Amigos Play, Mr. Angel Mendez.
Always a pleasure to be
The
here.
walking and living id of the Ravens flock himself.
Yes, indeed. And joining me on my right is the host of the Black Files, the man behind the man hours behind all the videos that we produce for our channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Thank you for that intro, folks. We wanted to thank you all for tuning in. We want to thank you guys for watching the Ravens flock. If you don't know who or what we are the Ravens flock. We have been, since 2013, covering the world of the Central Florida con and cosplay community. We have expanded to geek news, video game news, anime, movies, TV shows, everything involving and surrounding nerd culture. And particularly, we also like to tackle some of the darker issues of our beloved geek community because we believe that you cannot find a solution until you admit that there is a problem.
Exactly.
And we have to admit, especially within the con communities, that there are problems. Folks like to walk around, folks like to sing and dance, kumbaya, all day long and pretend like there is nothing wrong.
But not us!
We do not give a shit about dancing and singing. We just care about one thing, the truth.
Yes, indeed. We are shills for nobody.
We're never going to dance again.
Everything we do here is 100% real. It's 100% organic. And most importantly, we offer the opportunity for everyone else who we talk to, no matter where we go, cons or any other nerd setting, to give them a chance to speak their minds, to share their thoughts of what we discussed in our quest to make your voice our mission.
Very nice.
We are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online.
Folks, I believe you know the cue. Everyone point at Angel's left leg.
Yes, indeed.
If you're new to our channel, thank you and welcome. Please hit the subscribe
and
button
hit the
notification bell.
Please remember,
Really?
I just realized our jeans are like in washed order. Juan is the most washed. Joey is slightly less washed. I am not washed at all.
Hey, Angel, you know what's my favorite song from Super Mario?
What's that?
Denim, denim, denim.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Denim, denim, denim.
So, as you can tell,
Wow.
this is actually a bit of a comeback episode because due to real life, we found ourselves a bit redacted. So, as a result, we're in a more casual mood. Joe is still wearing the classic uniform of the Ravens flock. I got my favorite Your Friendly Neighborhood from Queens Spider-Man shirt. And Juan looks like a Toblerone. This is because his very sweet disposition allows him to endure far more punishment than he's allowed to.
And of course,
No
if you have any
kidding.
questions or comments, folks, whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching on Twitch, go right ahead and drop them, and we will answer each and every one of them during the duration that we are live.
That's
Yes.
right, folks. We want to make sure that you're part of the discussions, and we also want to take a moment tonight because we know the con schedules here in Central Florida.
Because the cons are back.
Yep,
After all
cons
this
are
time.
back.
The cons are back in town.
And we actually want to take an opportunity to go ahead and wish everyone who is within our circle and within our community who is currently attending MetroCon 2021 right here in Tampa, Florida, a fun and safe weekend. We
Of
hope to
course.
see you at the next convention. Obviously, the Ravens flock couldn't be there in full force the way we want to be, but we're there in spirit.
Indeed. We wish everyone a wonderful and fun experience.
As we hope to see you again, and hopefully again and again.
And again.
Yes.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And then stop, because that part is a family holiday, and I understand you have to be with yours.
Yeah.
Of course.
All
All
right.
right.
You can tell we're sort of BSing. As you can tell, we don't really care about censoring ourselves. We do not give a fuck. We will speak as candidly and as openly as we wish. And
Wait a second. Are you telling me that this is an uncensored podcast?
Yes, our programming is uncensored, unfiltered.
It's been uncensored. Have you been under a rock?
I don't know. Every time people swear, my mind just blanks out with this bizarre beeping sound.
That's because of the chip you still got. I keep trying to tell you, quit standing
Take
next
it
to the microwave.
off.
But every time I put the electric socket next to it, I get a pleasant buzz.
Angel, as your friend, I need to do you a favor. Get over
Oh
here.
boy, we're doing this now.
Get
I
over
don't
here.
need this shit right
I'm
now.
not paying for this. I'm not paying for this.
Ow, son of a bitch.
Jesus.
Get this stupid thing out of you. No,
Get it out.
mine. I'm keeping it.
But what am I gonna tell the mysterious men in black suit and shades that keep hiding under my
Tell
bed?
them to send me the bill.
Fine. Your problem from this point on, though.
Indeed.
Oh boy.
You know, I wish it was that easy for us to be able to like just unplug and get ourselves to unwind and to get ourselves disconnected from the system, or sometimes to connect to the system.
But the
'Cause
Matrix has us, though.
in one way or another, it does. But we're actually we're in a really stressful time. We're in a really like crazy universe now.
We're in a really weird timeline is where we are.
It's a time of strange change. After an entire year of relatively government-enforced stagnation on the grounds of our personal health, very bizarre things have happened. We have found ourselves supporting people that of the time we would not care about. Our habits have changed. Our interaction with society has changed. Food doesn't taste the same anymore because I'm cooking it right now instead of buying it.
And what's really neat about all of this is that we're interconnecting with each other in different ways. We are tuning in and we're trying to get ourselves to interact with our friends and loved ones or with random ass strangers in any way, shape possible. So we turn to the world of the internet. We turn to the world of online gaming. We turn to the world of video games, and we try to give ourselves that connection that we crave for so long. Like, if we were at these conventions right now, that would help serve our purposes and be able to actually interact and be with people live, face to face.
Precisely, because at the core of it all, we may be YouTube
Assholes.
but we're also
Residents.
nerds at heart. And of course, we rely on certain pieces of technology to connect, to socialize with people. And yes, video games is a major proponent of them. Are a major proponent of
Learn the grammar.
interacting. Stop that.
No.
There isn't something to say for the beauty of single-player games, but one cannot simply sit there and say that multiplayer games have not changed the way our society is run. Do you know we live in one?
I hear I have it on good authority that we are.
So she's been told. Regardless, it is important for a reason. After all, the days of couch co-op are, sadly, due to distance, very, very far behind. And as a result, online gaming has become the main way for people to communicate with each other. And by communicate, I mean scream 1,000,000 slurs from the mouths of angry, hormonal 14-year-old boys. There is a crow outside the window going fucking bananas right now. Chirp,
Yes,
chirp,
what do you have to
chirp,
say about the topic that we're trying so terribly to segue into?
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Get that shit out.
What if it was
You
a
don't
raven?
talk for the birds.
What if it was actually a raven?
This bird was literally made by me.
Is the raven your
Yeah,
persona,
but you
boss?
sort of-
Yes.
God
Yeah, but you
damn.
don't speak bird.
One
Alright, folks,
day.
if you ain't
Dr. Doolittle.
Listen,
Alright.
if Kronk can do it, eventually he can do it too. Have faith in your
Kronk
bird.
speaks to squirrel.
No,
Yes.
you know what? It's okay. Don't waste your breath on a non-believer.
Fine.
You know what? I believe that we should get to the point.
Fine,
All right.
fine.
And the point is, we want to go ahead and talk about what everyone's been gushing over for the last week and a half. The announcement by Valve that they have commissioned and are going to be producing a handheld video game console that will, if the specs and the capabilities are to believe, will leave the Nintendo Switch in its dust.
What?
We're talking about
A
the
bold
Steam
claim.
Deck.
A
It's
Steam
time-
Deck.
it's time
Have
to
we all
do.
lost our minds?
I say,
What
don't-
exactly
don't-
is that?
Don't try that. Like, you're okay. You're going too much like an infomercial. Let's not.
What is
We're
this
here-
Steam Deck you're talking about, little Timmy?
Yeah.
No, motherfuckers.
Are
guys
you-
killing it here.
Would you like to know more?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my... Okay, no. for real.
No, I'm doing my part to help try to get our ham-handed
All
segue
right.
into it.
Laugh a little.
No, I am laughing at how pathetic your acting is.
It's
but
okay.
I'm laughing on the
Let him
inside
cry.
where it counts.
Who?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, big time
So,
stone.
yeah, so let's get to the Steam Deck. So so let's first talk about the official release. Like, it's set to come out in December, right?
December of 2021. That is right. We
That
are
is-
going to receive this new portable computer system that's built and looks like if those of you who are old enough, which by the way, I know I am, so I'll be expecting my social security check and Jitterbug flip phone in the mail.
Yeah. Where's my money?
If you remember the Sega Game Gear, that's
Holy
what this
shit.
fucking thing looks like.
It looked like that
Am
to
I
you too,
wrong?
right? No,
Am
no,
I
you were
wrong?
right.
Look at this fucking thing.
I remember a friend of mine in Cuba had that. We used to play that dumb Power Rangers game. You know
It was
the
so
one.
stupid. I loved it.
Also, we had no idea how Tetris worked. We kept thinking we were supposed. Every time we lost the lines, we thought we were losing.
Jesus
so
Christ.
this will be a good Christmas gift for all nerds who want an alternative to Nintendo.
Okay.
I must admit, I'm a little surprised how positive the reaction have been from something defying Nintendo for this.
Okay, here's what's up. It's because the reason why the reaction's so positive is because folks are operating under the belief of the big bad evil corporation Nintendo. Yeah, we're getting so that Nintendo is the
dinosaurs.
bad guy in this.
Oh god.
Which, by the way, go ahead and wave that. Pass me my Switch. Go ahead. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Go ahead. Folks are trying to say that this beauty, that this sweet little innocent fucking thing, this $400 innocent little piece of plastic and glass and circuitry is somehow evil.
That is absolutely stupid.
Because in comparison, the Steam Deck, which is basically a handheld computer that can directly connect to your Steam library,
Which is admittedly a pretty good point.
and allows you to play video games on the go, which are available in the Steam library, and also allows you to play emulator programs the way a gaming computer would, is apparently being labeled as the good guy in this little battle because for too long Nintendo has dominated and ruled with an iron fist the
it's
handheld
iron
console
grip.
war.
My goodness.
It's iron grip folded 1,000 times.
The last fool who dared to challenge them was Sony with their PlayStation Vita.
They got close.
I
for a while.
forgot about that until you mentioned it.
That should tell you something.
Ouch.
Now, let's get to the let's sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
But the fact of the matter is, let's not forget, for the record, yeah, as crazy as it is that we're able to play more than just Nintendo games on the Steam Deck, if the specs are to be believed, let's not diminish from the actual achievement of the Nintendo Switch itself.
Juan here trying to stop the console wars before they begin again.
No. I'm doing what we normally do here. I'm doing your job. I'm playing devil's advocate for the bad guy.
Yeah.
No, I actually 100% agree. Now let's look at it this
No
way.
wonder, because I'm doing your job right. Of course you agree.
Well, no, I
well,
agree
you
because
stop. Jesus,
I'm doing his job. I'm doing your job.
You're-
I'm doing their job.
What?
I'll take all your jobs.
Jesus, you spent
He
17
took your
minutes basically
jibs.
just dressing me and Angel down.
now,
I spent 23 minutes dressing you in Angel.
and I spent $55 on that Chinese food. It's fine.
Okay,
Now,
well, you know what? You're right about that, and I thank you once again for the food.
don't worry.
I haven't had crab rangoon in forever.
Glad to help, man. It's all good. Do you like the meat skewers?
Yes, I love
They
the
seem
meat
a little too
skewers.
sweet, but okay. So
All right,
now,
so back on the topic.
as we know, back in the heyday, Nintendo has been characterized for the one thing that makes them so powerful is also the greatest flaw. They have a very entrenched mentality of, if it isn't broken, I'm not gonna fix it. Unfortunately, that means that they have taken a while to upgrade and innovate the technology, which resulted them in falling behind in hardware. That's why we are going through our third iteration of the Switch before we found which is supposed to be the perfect one. We have the normal Switch, we have the Switch Lite, and now we have the Switch OLED.
OLED.
Which really isn't.
What the hell does OLED stand for?
OLED. That
OLED.
Yeah, he'll look
That's
it
the
up,
s-
but
that's
yeah,
the-
we've talked
Thank
about
you.
Look it up.
Screen.
We
Now-
talked about it 2 weeks ago, and we agreed like it's really not that much of an upgrade.
Yeah, ultimately it has more memory and it is slightly bigger, but it doesn't seem to have changed that much. Nintendo has this very hardcore habit of don't fix it if it's not broken, which, to their credit, has served them very well. Unfortunately, it also means that it has kept them from upgrading their technology as fast as their competition has.
Oh, for the record, by the way, OLED means organic light-emitting diodes,
Organic? What, there's a heart beating inside that thing?
as in it's naturally occurring and thus much richer in quality.
I mean, hey, that's a good selling point.
Yeah, but that still doesn't warrant the price increase for the free.
Oh yeah, how much is the OLED again?
The Switch OLED, it's what, 450 or 350?
I think it's like 450 or 500.
So
but
that's
the regular Switch
It's
is-
about three.
is about
300.
yeah.
So that's about the price of a PS5 and only marginally easier to find than one. So we got that coming down. And here's the deal. Nintendo has had domination of the handheld market for many years now. But there is a reason that the PlayStation Portable, PSP, is still remembered fondly to this day, because when they showed up, they were the one genuine piece of serious competition. People forget this, but before Monster Hunter 4 came out, Monster Hunter Portable on the PSP was the thing that made the popularity of the series explode back into the West for a while. Then, unfortunately, the shenanigans with the PS Vita happened, and because of the panic over the piracy, which was starting to increase during that time, the Vita was left without support and hanging low. Which
Angel, I believe you're underestimating the value and the importance of the great revolution that the PSP gave us. The Universal Media Disc. The UMD, the future of media.
the future. So yeah, it was
God.
to his credit. No, PSP was really fucking big for the time it lasted, and then it didn't. And then for the next 10 or so years, Nintendo has kept a grip about as tight as a vice upon the land of the hand market, releasing about 7 different versions of the 3DS.
Yep, there was the DS, the DS Lite, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the 2DS, and the 2DS Lite, I think.
So that is 6 versions of the roughly the same thing with
the
different balances. So now, and you know what? Juan is correct. We can't exactly be pointing at them and going, the evil of Nintendo must be defeated. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
This is literally big company fights big company. Whoever wins, we might win or we might lose. But I am actually happy for this because this offers something that will put fires on their asses. And you know what that is, my friends?
What is that?
Competition.
Yes, actually, you know what? That's actually true. And we've talked about the idea of competition before. We use a different example. However, we all can agree that competition between both rival companies on the same game, which whether it's video games or any type of market, it forces them to go past 100% and give all the effort to giving us something better, something that what we want.
Now,
It has to this point.
Now you have to remember something, Angel. Like,
with exceeds expectations.
you have to remember something. I know you weren't with us on that episode. Yeah, here's a piece of Angel's microchip.
Ow!
Yeah, I still have
bleeding,
it.
by the way.
Oh, just put,
Ew, I got your blood on my back.
It's just soy sauce. Relax.
just keep pressure on there. You'll be fine. Like when Jose and I, the last time we were live, we spoke about the Switch OLED, and we were sarcastically gushing over the new specs of them having 64 gigabytes,
16
of
times the
built-in
detail.
storage. No, of built-in storage as opposed to 32 on the regular Switch.
Wow, big difference.
I mean, it is a double, but here's
It is a double, but we have to understand, like, the Steam Deck is coming in, like, they're going on the, like, here's the thing that pisses me off. They're going on the fucking iPhone model of selling your new phone.
Oh.
Having different size of internal storage.
Oh, that shit.
And selling those at different price points. The first, the most affordable one at $399. That price point should sound familiar because it's similar to the OLED.
Yeah,
the
it's also
Switch
similar
OLED.
to the original price of the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that $399 is the one for 64 gigabytes of built-in
So
storage.
that's the cheapest one so far.
That's the cheapest.
What's left?
Then it goes to $529 for 256 gigabytes of storage.
Come on.
And the Big Kahuna at $649 for 512
That's
gigs.
the original cost of the original PS3, by
Yes.
the way.
That's ridiculous. I don't think any
No.
I'm sorry, no one's gonna buy it.
No. You have to understand, if you're a real gamer and if you're really going to help in the real revolution against the real evil company and the
Of
evil
course.
competition in Nintendo, then you'll put the real money down and get the real version of
Question.
the real handheld computer gaming console entertainment system.
Now,
The Steam Deck.
Now, question. What is stopping somebody from obtaining the cheapest one and simply modding a bigger memory inside themselves?
Nothing. Except
Exactly.
maybe for the fact that they have no idea how to work integrated circuitry.
Oh, yeah, I know. But what is stopping them from literally going, hey, guy who knows how to work integrated circuitry, can you mod some bullshit?
Oh, I
in this?"
can. For a price.
Fine.
Okay, so we've talked enough about the specs for the OLED, which
Yeah.
So
we know
at its
about-
basis lowest price, its specs are roughly this, in memory at least, are the same as the most recent iteration of the Switch. Correct?
of the newest iteration
Of
of
the
the
newest
Switch
Switch.
coming out. Yes.
So let's go by the budget in this case. Let's talk. See, what we were talking corporate talk. Let's talk gamer talk right now. Let's talk my money, my product, what I want.
yeah, let's get to the
We
Steam
got two
Deck.
machines. They both cost roughly the same. In this case, the Steam is a little more expensive than the Switch OLED, right? It's a little.
It's gonna be in the same price range.
Okay, so roughly the same
Okay.
price range, roughly the same memory. No, that brings a big question, though.
Oh, and let's not forget,
Oh?
because folks want to have expanded storage, of course the Steam Deck is going to have a micro SD memory card slot.
Of course.
Just like the Switch does. Just like my phone does. because
Yeah.
God knows.
You can't forget, this is technically a computer.
Yeah, because God knows we can't have that complaint of, oh, I don't have enough space. Oh, well, you can get enough space if you get your own fucking memory card and jack it up
To be
yourself.
fair, actually, funny thing is, they had that complaint about the PS Vita. So I'm guessing that's why they came up with this, essentially going, oh yeah, we're not going to give
The
you one.
PS
Just-
Vita, however, has the great proprietary
Oh my
technology
God.
of the memory stick
and the
Duo
Crystal
Pro.
and the Crystal Cloud Network. Okay, but no.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk in the terms of the seller, the consumer, the customer, us, you, me, them.
Yeah.
Two machines, roughly equal price, roughly equal size of memory, both customizable memory cards. So that comes to the question: which one of these machines can give me more bang for my buck?
Yeah,
On one
we-
hand,
yeah.
we got Nintendo. It's fucking Nintendo.
It's fucking Nintendo.
Some of the greatest, most well-known properties in video game in the world. On the other hand, I have the Steam Deck with all of my Steam games, which is pretty good, and I can just emulate everything else.
You can. That's actually exactly it. You can emulate basically everything on it. It comes with the same sort of type of charging port that this does. It uses USB Type-C.
Were they stealing blueprints from Nintendo when they
Which
made
they
this
might
thing?
have.
They might be.
Because holy shit, man. So yeah, right now it seems to be edging out by virtue that the cheapest version has the same rough specs as a Nintendo OLED, but it allows you to have access to the entire library of everything.
But a minor correction, Angel. There's a
Shoot.
difference between copying and like taking something and adding something different, and then outright stealing. What Steam Deck did, like Juan said, it's the same idea, but they added a twist. Like it's different. Like Juan says, you could basically emulate any game on the Steam Deck.
That's the most powerful aspect it has
If
selling
it's
for
just
itself.
stealing, then all it is just copy pasta every freaking thing from Nintendo.
Bro, it's zeros and ones. How can I steal something that I can't even touch?
Okay, here's what's up.
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yes. It's called
Well,
3D printing, bitch.
And there you have it. Juan would get himself a Steam Deck if you let him play car games.
All right, here's what's up. You're missing the forest for the trees here, gentlemen. What the big argument about the Steam Deck is, like Angel's trying to say here, is that if you have a Steam account, a login and a Steam account, every video game that you bought from them,
Accessible.
you have access to. This is actually a console isn't really a console. It's virtually a computer.
It's a Steam machine.
It runs with an AMD Zen 2 a quad core processor. It uses let's see.
It's got a quad.
It actually has not a bad bit of RAM. It actually has 16 gigs of RAM built in.
That is honestly more than I expected.
Yeah, no, like you can imagine that the Nintendo Switch runs by what, maybe 8 or 16, one of the two.
Give or take, and its fidelity and graphics are actually pretty damn good for its
Now,
time.
and it also has a 7-inch screen, just like the Nintendo Switch OLED is going to have. The big thing about this is that this is a computer.
Yeah.
It's just like the same computer that we're using right now to run this stream.
Yes.
Except it uses, I believe it's a Linux-based operating system.
No, they didn't mention Linux. Actually, that brings forth
That-
a problem with the Steam Deck that it didn't occur to me until this moment.
I'm not sure. I actually haven't. I need to double check.
Oh no,
on that,
I
but
was
yes.
just addressing like the difference between like outright stealing and
You mean piracy?
that was my point that I was trying to make.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
as
that's
far
the
as
problem,
piracy
though.
is concerned,
That's not going to stop anybody.
that's not going to really stop anyone.
The moment they can install Windows on that motherfucker, they're going to download everything in the world. But that brings forth one question to me, though. Doesn't that mean that the Steam is entirely dependent on you having a good internet connection?
Yeah.
If the internet is down, Steam is not going to work. Meanwhile, I could take this thing into the goddamn mountains and I can still play Mario Kart on it. But if I take the Steam Deck into the mountains, I could start a fire with it once the temperature gets high enough.
Unless, of course, you use the dedicated 64 gigs of storage space to download a game.
Yeah, no.
To save and actually
What
have-
you download will stay there permanently. But anything else, though, if you want to actually access Steam, that will cut you off. Meanwhile, if you download a digital game from Nintendo into the Nintendo console, I don't need an internet connection. Have they addressed or mentioned something like that?
There is no mention of that in any of the articles. We're referencing articles from PC Gamer. I was looking over those cretins at the Valve. I mean, at the Verge, at the Verge over here. But the fact of the matter is, with this using a Linux-based operating system, you have almost infinite customization. You'll have to learn how to run Linux.
Good
if
luck.
you really want to customize the motherfucker,
You want to go crazy.
because that operating system is nothing like Windows. It's nothing like iOS. But because it's Linux based, if you're a real techie, if you're a really like big-brained like geek of doom,
Galaxy IQ.
you can mod the operating system of the Steam Deck to your heart's content.
Question again, though.
Yes,
Nintendo also has an advantage over the Steam Deck that has not been discussed.
me.
Physical media.
Yeah.
The cartridges are like this size. I can put like 50 of those in a
There's
small.
right the one on top over there.
See?
No, go ahead. Like right on top of it.
This is the size of the average Nintendo Switch cardigan. This thing is barely the size of half of my thumb, which means that
Pretty tiny, eh?
yeah, I can carry like 30, 50 of those things in like a small bag, and my games will always be available to me.
Oops,
Meanwhile,
sorry, I just dropped Skyrim.
oh god, it's
Actually,
okay.
no, I'm not even
It's
joking.
okay. This
It
game
Skyrim.
this game is already broken as fuck. You're not gonna break anything.
I'm not even joking. It really is Skyrim. Here, see?
Yeah, so if the Steam relies entirely on digital media, that means your downloaded games, perfectly fine and dandy. No problems there.
If you have enough storage space to
If
hold
you have
a
enough storage
game.
to hold the game. Anything else that you want to access directly from the Steam store, you better hope your internet connection is good. In fact, if I recall, Stadia, which by the way was a hilarious joke,
Which at this point, I'm still surprised that they're not dead yet.
oh no, they're going under.
Okay.
Officially, they're going bankrupt. They're gonna shut down eventually.
Well, can't say we didn't say so, but go on.
Stadia relied on the idea of an internet connection, basically Netflix for video games, which sounds all well and good until you realize not all of us have a stable internet connection. Even here in the BCS city with all the fancy towers, something goes wrong. Let me put it this way: I have an excellent internet. I pay for the damn thing like $150 a month. It works like a charm. I download at the speed of fucking sound. But then sometimes it rains. And nothing happens. But then sometimes it doesn't rain and something happens because this is Florida and the weather works on the whims of the pagan fucking gods. Point in case is, sometimes, once a month, for no reason, my internet just goes down for like a solid minute. There is no explanation, reason, or understanding of why this happens. The government's greatest cryptologists are looking at my modem trying to figure out what the hell's going on inside that thing. And then it just comes back. No explanation. And every other time, 99% of the time works every time. But sometimes, when I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, something happens once a month, and I get my ass kicked out of my own raid, and I go, oh. And then they told me that apparently there's an issue with the lines, and they're fixing it. But the point in case is, even on today's modern, uber-powerful, technologically advanced society, shit goes bad with the internet sometimes. Even the greatest, most reliable connection will go down, which means that a digital game will never be as reliable as this tiny piece of plastic filled with little somewhere and wafer-thin layers of circuitry.
There is yes, I think we can all agree there is an advantage to having a hard copy rather than a digital copy.
So right now, we're at a bit of a stalemate with this.
It tastes
Stop
like
licking the
console
Nintendo rat
superiority.
poison.
Okay, that's it.
I mean, technically
You
speaking,
just lost the game.
you just lost your Skyrim privileges. Speaking technically, that
Wow!
I know what I said.
Wow! Oh,
for the record, it has been 13 years since Joe made that joke last time. I know, I counted. So, point in cases, right now.
Hang on.
keep going.
All right, go on, Angel.
So, point in cases, right now, we're in a bit of a stalemate. Both consoles have somewhat similar specs, but on one hand, Nintendo has the reliability of physical media, while on the other hand, the Steam Deck has the selling point of you can download literally everything, and what you can download, you can pirate and or emulate, including games that Nintendo is too fucking entrenched into its own ways to ever emulate or bring you back. Seriously, they will never give you another F-Zero game.
yeah.
Ever.
No, I get it.
They won't
man.
even
And
sell it back to the store.
And the idea of adapting the concept of having hard copy video games for the Steam platform, I don't think we see that as a possibility because that defeats the whole purpose of Steam.
Exactly. So on one hand, the Steam gives you freedom without security. On the other hand, the Nintendo will give you security with no freedom. Are you on the side of law or are you on the side of chaos? This is now a Shin Megami Tensei game.
Ah!
So yeah, Nintendo is on the side of extreme
A
law.
little
And
loose on the noose, eh, Juancho?
he still needs you to talk so you can give him your inheritance. But I digress. Right now, we are seeing a state of law versus chaos, where Steam is, perhaps unwillingly, the side of chaos, while Nintendo is the side of law. So I would ask to the ones that are listening to
Angel,
us.
I believe we're at a much different competition here.
Nani?
This isn't about chaos and order.
Oh?
This is about freedom versus safety.
So what are you in?
You know what this is?
What is this?
Gentlemen, we are in a civil war.
You are right. Oh my God!
So after all these years of three-way
We
combat...
need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
Juan, if a game gets corrupt on your watch, you don't just give up.
Who says we're giving up?
I did not emulate that game. Then why did you run it?
We are by giving our money to Nintendo.
You believe that you are downloading the right emulators, but I believed.
Angel, you chose to be a PC gamer. If we purchase Nintendo, we surrender our right to choose.
If we don't do this now, it's going to be done to us later, and that will not be pretty.
You see a loading bar? It's no stopping. Neither are we.
Neither are we.
God damn it.
You gave away your freedom when you when you bought the Nintendo.
All right, that's it. I've had enough.
I was your gamer. So was I.
You're going to come with Nintendo now because it's us, or it's a limited internet connection in the middle of nowhere with no compunction of trying to find a signal.
I was expecting you to say, or it's going to be a squad of Koopas with Bowser who have no compunction of being polite.
I mean, it's Nintendo. So yeah, it appears that through sheer shenanigans and market
we found ourselves in a civil war.
We are now in the center of a civil war. So please, let us know whenever you decide to comment on this video. Are you on the side of safety or are you on the side of freedom? How much freedom are you willing to obtain at the expense of your safety? How much of it are you willing to sacrifice at the expense of your freedom? Please let us know. I am genuinely interested to see whether you want one or the other.
Comments, and more importantly, thankfully, you know all the internet, all the information, everything that they need to know. It's available for gamers to look up.
Exactly.
In their computers. Like this phone that I'm holding right here that is covered in this fantastic solid plastic case branded by the Ravens Flock. It is a computer. A Ravens Flock brand computer.
Oh, that just means it's better than all the other PC platforms.
Exactly.
My computer is better than yours.
Guess
what?
That
is my computer.
That is his computer, Jose.
That is your computer, but it's also a part of our intellectual property.
Oh, so we're going Russian now. It's our computer, Conrad.
You know
Christ.
You sold your soul to me.
Damn it.
Real quick, gentlemen, on the chat, we have our old friend Nora.
Oh, hello, back. Nora. How are you doing today?
Holy shit.
She's checking us out. She's like, oh, long time no see. I prefer my PS4. And she asked, what happened to the PS Vita again? It's simple. It tried so hard.
And got so far.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, to make it a long story short, the PS Vita came around the time where the old stuffy motherfuckers in suits in the companies became aware of the fact that digital piracy was a rampant problem. Instead of essentially deciding to do what a smart company would do, they panicked over the existence of piracy and they refused to keep offering support to the PS Vita. Without support, it got less games, it got less updates on the software, and it just sort of slid into relevancy. The last thing it actually sold that made any waves was Persona 4 The Golden. And when people, and for the record though, the PS Vita was doing very well, even with all the people pirating software, and they just basically freaked out. What the guys in suits on the industries don't understand is you can take a million measures to stop piracy, but you're never going to stop piracy. The only thing you can do is make a product so good that the pirate goes back and actually gives you money for it. By the way, I did that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I pirated Hades because I was curious and it was so good. I went back and I bought the digital deluxe edition with the soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing. Everybody go play Hades. Hades is a wonderful game.
I guess my only gripe about it is that when you mentioned earlier that folks were referring Nintendo as to being the big evil.
No. It's just human mentality, assuming that the big guy in charge is oppressing the little guy in charge.
And I get
Never mind the fact that Steam is bigger than God.
And I get that everybody has an opinion about something, but to call a gaming company evil, I'm sorry. Unless they've
about that, we're gonna get into.
We'll get to that a little later.
We'll get into that later. But my point is, when it comes to comparing Nintendo to all the other major, and I say major video game producing platforms. Like, I'm sorry, no, that opinion holds no weight. Yes, they make decisions that aren't exactly, smart to the eyes of those who follow video gaming news, but it's a far cry from evil.
It's the underdog syndrome. Steam is pretty fucking big. In fact, it is the biggest digital game platform in the world. But they are going off against Nintendo in the competition with handhelds. And as we know, Nintendo has been winning that competition for what, 10, 20 years straight?
Give or take. Yeah.
Nintendo has they're the ones who wrote the book on it.
Think of it this way.
They understand it. They're the ones who own it.
Let me put it in wrestling terms. Nintendo is that one wrestler that can't stop winning, and after so many years, you get tired of going to his matches because you know what's going to happen. So whenever somebody challenges the wrestler, even if they're a heel or a face or even somebody you fucking hate, You just want to see the guy on top come down. What did
You mean
But
you,
how
you mean
can I if
Nintendo
I-
is John Cena?
But
Yeah.
that's impossible. How am I supposed to see Nintendo?
Well, they're gonna make sure you see them because they're family. Regardless, it's like didn't the Joker say that people love to see a hero fall?
Yes.
Now I
yes, they
hesitate
did.
to
No, that was the Green Goblin.
That was
Right.
Goblin.
I hesitate to call Nintendo heroic in any way, shape, or form, but they've been on top of the world so long. Part of you goes, what would happen if you came down from? What would happen if
Well,
somebody
knock
smacked
down
you
a
from
peg
the?
or two.
So we want. Well, personally, I like the idea because I want to see competition. I want to see the industries push each other because that means we get better products.
Yeah.
Because whether they like it or not, they have to sell us something better than whatever the other guy is offering,
That's
or
true.
we're not paying them.
Exactly. We bought your house.
Your
no.
money is
Oh
our
God,
money.
no, Jose, don't do that.
We paid for your gold-plated
No,
yachts, you
motherfuck-
fucker.
No, motherfucker would say like, you didn't buy my house for me, motherfucker. I bought my fucking house.
I know, I'm being a dork.
Point in cases, I
I'm
enjoy-
glad you caught
Be-
that one.
Best case,
Nora saying, okay, Lincoln Park and Juan share the wafers. No, they're mine.
regardless.
Strawberry's not my flavor.
Best case scenario, this might actually. Oh, thank you. This result is in
Plus it
some
has dairy,
actual
I can't touch.
competition that makes Nintendo get off its ass and stop posting the same console again and again. Worst case scenario, this will fail miserably and Nintendo will continue its unabated streak of destroying everything in their sight.
We'll just have to wait. Will
And,
come December, will the Steam Deck actually present us? Will it be presented as a wonderful Christmas gift, or will it just be a giant digital lump of coal?
I'm genuinely surprised that it's coming out this earlier. When was this announced the first time?
It was only announced a couple weeks ago.
So they've been working on this thing this entire time, and they just dropped it right there, just in time for the. Also, it's clever of them. Christmas.
Yep.
People shop like crazy in Christmas, dude.
Yes, they
oh,
will.
Angel, what do you want for Christmas,
And
son?
Nora's
I want
here
better
saying
quality
Nintendo's
coal,
the-
Grandma.
Nora's saying Nintendo's the ultimate anime villain. Not necessarily.
I mean,
Oh
they
my
are from
goodness.
Japan.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
If that's true, then why do they have a Super Mario theme park?
Because, dude, haven't you seen Dr. Eggman? Almost every respectable building gets a theme park.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know what? We can go ahead and hopscotch here. Since we've been talking about video game companies being villains and being horrible, eldritch pieces of shit, I think we should go ahead and get to that topic.
Oh,
first,
yes.
And then we'll get to the next one later.
One, reveal to us the true villain.
Of course, if you know our headline and if you saw our thumbnail, you know what we're talking about. We're going to be talking about the lawsuit against Activision Blizzard. That has been thrown out, that has been put out by the state of California itself over multiple claims of unequal pay from its female employees as well as sexual harassment.
Disgusting
As-
swine.
It
Now,
appears that situation was worse than we expected. Back in the heyday, we only hated Activision and Blizzard for their projects. Now we gotta hate the people that work in that building too,
Okay.
because there has been some shit going
for the record, doesn't Blizzard do League of Legends?
Yes.
Doesn't Blizzard also do? Don't they also do World of Warcraft
And Overwatch.
and
And
Overwatch?
Overwatch.
Aren't those like some of the biggest multiplayer games on the planet?
Yes.
Aren't-
Well-
didn't
well,
we?
Overwatch is.
World of Warcraft used to be until Final Fantasy
Didn't
15
we
showed up.
also a couple years ago, like almost 2 years ago, crap on fucking like was it Overwatch or was it League of Legends
It was
when they had a tournament and a
Oh.
gamer actually who won it actually went up and said free Hong Kong
and they took away his winnings and censored him and the podcasters. They gave him the money back eventually.
Oh
but
yeah, we talked about that.
Basically,
I remember that.
we know
So-
that company has been sharing China's bed for some time, and they are willing to go to some disgusting lows
It's
to keep
gross.
that Chinese money. But we
all
didn't
that
rea-
renminbi. I hope they can wash away their filthy souls with that money.
See, we used to believe that the evil was basically spreading on the top of the ladder. You know, I'm not gonna shit on the on programmer Code Monkey number 75 who just wants to make a living. But it appears by the results of the lawsuit that the situation has gotten worse than we could have expected
Yeah,
in the
where-
building itself.
Yeah, where do we stand? Where do they stand right now as far as the lawsuit goes? Give us the
you'll-
details.
If you'll allow me over here, I actually have. No, for the record, we're not going to be using a like PC Gamer or fucking Polygon article or whatever. We're going to a legit news source. We're going to NPR, nonprofit radio.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
I'll
know that
remember
this
that
article.
next time.
So you
yeah.
can tell that this is both A, mostly unbiased, and B, 100% dedicated to let you know what the hell's going on.
This is an article written out
I miss
2
Sophia
days ago
Narvis.
by Mr. Joe Hernandez. Let's see. The video game studio behind the hit franchises Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush is facing
I forgot Candy Crush was involved in that shit.
is facing a civil lawsuit in California over allegations of gender discrimination, sexual harassment, and potential violations of the state's equal pay law.
Wow.
A complaint filed by the State Department of Fair Employment and Housing on Wednesday alleges that Activision Blizzard Incorporated, quote, fostered a sexist culture, unquote, where women were paid less than men
I can't
and
believe that.
subjected to ongoing sexual harassment, including groping.
Get the fuck out of
I
here.
can't believe that they have gone to embody every single negative stereotype. This is the shit that people would make jokes about.
This
It
is
has
the
be-
shit that sets us backwards.
Officials at the gaming company knew about the harassment and not only failed to stop it, but retaliated against women who spoke up, the complaint also alleges. Years after the online harassment campaign known as Gamergate targeted
Christ.
women in the video game world, the California lawsuit depicts an industry that can still be unwelcoming and even hostile to female employees. As said by the Department of Fair Employment and Housing Director Kevin Kish for the state of California, all employers should ensure that their employees are being paid equally and take all steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. This is especially important for employees in male-dominated industries such as technology and gaming.
The least they deserve is equality. After all, they got there by their own merits, just like everyone else did.
Exactly.
But I'm
yeah.
like, you know what the saddest thing is, though? This basically reinforces like every single bad nerd stereotype in the world.
It's
These
about
are- this is
equality.
actually not
It's
even nerd
about
stereotype.
giving respect.
It's less
This is
nerd-
frat house
Yeah,
stereotype.
it's more frat house dude bro.
Let me put it this way. This got
stereotype.
so bad that Twitter user Grums, who is a dude that worked on the original World of Warcraft, he doesn't work there anymore. He hasn't worked there for years. Not only did he switch over to Final Fantasy XIV recently and he's having a blast, but when he found out about this, he was so disgusted that he removed the credentials from his bio.
I saw that. You retweeted it.
He's
over
like,
there.
I am not dealing with this shit. And I
Yeah.
can't blame him because
it's-
fuck.
Okay, I think I actually have bookmarked some of the folks who actually said their thing.
Like,
Give
I
me
can't believe they thought they could get away with this.
And how long have
Okay.
they been doing this? Like for
Long
for
enough.
as long as they've been running the fucking
Okay,
place.
this is a person who worked at a video game, worked at Activision Blizzard. I want you, Jose, and you, Angel, to look at the date here when this chick tried to actually say this.
November 17th.
No, 8th of November.
8th of November
2000.
2017. I'll read this.
18.
She says, we're going to leave her name out.
I'll read it. All right.
Go ahead and just read that one bit.
And I quote, "When I was 18, I was sexually assaulted by a mentor in esports and didn't say anything because I was scared, and not being able to work with him meant not being offered any more contracts when I first started out."
Now,
Please.
fast forward to her saying 2 days ago, when I was 21, I reported my assaulter to Blizzard. They conducted an investigation
Ha!
and nothing came of it.
Of course
he
it
ended
didn't.
up perpetrating again and was allowed to quietly leave 4 years later. Now I'm 25 and there is finally a lawsuit against the company that protects abusers.
Of course, the company would perform an investigation on themselves and declare themselves innocent. From the beginning, people were calling them out on that bullshit. I just can't believe that they thought they could get away with this bullshit, because they did get away with this
And
bullshit.
there's no way they can get away with it now, because if there's receipts, if there's evidence presented, then this is going to bring down Activision.
Possibly, but then again, they might just have enough money that they can get away with it by throwing off paychecks, which is
another
Oh,
woman-
like
sad,
settle out of court or something.
Another
or-
woman 2
Could
days
be.
ago here on Twitter, while this was all blowing up, I left Blizzard after my boss gaslit me so badly my hair started falling out. My profit sharing, which I relied on to make ends meet, was docked due to underperforming. And when I went to HR to fight it with proof against his claims, I was told, quote, maybe you are underperforming, end quote.
no investigation.
No investigation. What the fuck is this?
There's
And
also the fact.
how long ago was this?
This was from a different lady, and this was 2 days ago. That she put
2
this
days
up.
ago. Okay, 2
Let's
days
not
ago.
forget, there has also been several reports of female employees getting passed over promotions for far less experienced male employees. So we have inequality, lack of payment, sexual harassment, people getting drunk at work and not working in their games, which ironically enough explains a bunch of their business decisions lately. And of course, the fact that they are too busy sucking their own dicks to even explain what they're going on or why they came up with this idiotic
No,
philosophy.
of course they're not going to explain. They're just going to let it slide off their backs and just move on, business as usual.
Meanwhile, as a result of this, there have been several cases of many, and I do mean up to several players, canceling the World of Warcraft accounts and staging a protest in-game
I
with
was
their
about to
remaining
say,
time.
are you going to mention the World of Warcraft protest?
Yes. Several players terminated their accounts with Blizzard, and they're using their remaining time to simply stage a protest inside the game itself before leaving for good.
Let me ask you a question.
Like, legit.
You probably don't know, but I'm going to ask it anyway. When you set up an account with Blizzard, like, is there some sort of like membership fee you pay monthly, or when you sign up?
An account with Blizzard is free, just the account itself.
Oh,
you pay only for the online subscription to World of Warcraft and such.
And how much would you guess that would be?
I honestly don't know.
Just guess. To throw a guess.
I thought it would be like what, $15 maybe?
So multiply that by how many freaking like.
Yeah, no. Imagine. Okay, multiply this. Let me do a little calculation.
We're doing this is a guess. We're just estimating. Okay.
While Angel's running the math over here, I actually pulled up the PC Gamer article that he's referring to.
Yep.
World of Warcraft players are staging in-game protests against Activision Blizzard. Written 2 days ago by Stephen Messner. Let's see. Players are furious over allegations of rampant sexual harassment at Blizzard.
$14.99 a month.
Yep. Shit.
Bro, how much money do you think they're
out.
losing?
Let's find out. I got a handy calculator here. I'm going to run some numbers. Please
just throw in a like.
So let's go with $14.99, and I'm going to multiply that by 12. That means that the average player, not counting skins, cosmetics, and all that bullshit, spends $179.88 per year. So we're going to multiply that by how many players do we know have quit World of Warcraft? Let's find out.
Just throw in a random number. Any type.
We want to try to. Let's see here.
We'll try to get as accurate as possible.
Of course, we are doing live research.
Yay! You can call us assholes all you want, but we are good at math.
Damn right. All right. At its peak, World of Warcraft had 12 million subscribers. As of now, the player count is only 4.88 million. So, I'm going to take that amount, and I'm going to do a multiplication real quick. Excuse me, Jose.
Yeah, no, okay, boycott Blizzard. I'm actually over here trying to find out if there's a number to how many have actually dropped.
So I'm going to multiply this by 8 million, which is roughly the same amount of players that had left since the game had its peak, which means that as of now, they have lost 1,439,040. Wait, hang on. It's actually 1,439,040,000.
That's, no, Jose, that is from its height of popularity to now.
All the way down.
To currently. We're trying to find out how many folks that actually left in its protest.
For what I checked on the last report, the number of players has dwindled by a total of 17% in 1 month, which is an extraordinarily high number considering how much is 17% of 4.8 million people.
Oh, and depending on how long this goes, if, like I said, if receipts are like, if proof is shown and they actually manage to freaking, pin down Activision with this shit.
So, sorry about that, Joe. You finish your point.
Oh, no. They're gonna Activision is gonna suffer a major loss, and damages are gonna fucking be collected.
Also, please multiply that number by 3 or 4, which is the amount of skins and artificial decorations that the players can buy.
Okay, and I can guarantee you there will be damages.
Okay. Oh, there's already happening right
17% out of 4.8 million is 816,000.
So that's roughly how many people have stopped playing since that, not counting the lackluster. Oh, by the way, this is not counting the fact that the most recent expansion has been described as lackluster at best.
816,000, what, $14.99 was it?
Yes, $14.99.
So we're looking
at
a
that 50-year-old multiplayer bullshit. Oh, wait, it is exactly
We're looking at a loss of $12,240,000 represented in those 816,000 subscribers leaving World of Warcraft.
Now,
we can't say for certain. We're just running math by the information we got.
It's an estimate.
That is an estimate, but we don't know for certain how many of those are actually leaving World of Warcraft in protest of the lawsuit.
For the record, this is coming at a time where Final Fantasy XIV has become so big that the free trial lets you play the whole ass game, no features missing, until level 60 and the entire second expansion. Final Fantasy XIV is so big right now, they are giving you 2 games for free, completely confident that you'll buy the next 2.
Well, here's the thing. If they are truly protesting against Activision by discontinuing their subscription,
yes,
then that means that they're not going to give them any more money. So yes, Activision is losing money.
There's also the fact that Activision in general has been losing money and reputation for the last few years because of Blizzard's somewhat lackluster business decisions. Don't you guys have any phones? You guys remember that, don't you?
Fuck, I remember that. That was bullshit.
It was already Blizzard is already in hot water. Activision was already in hot water. The fact that they embody the worst aspects of the gaming culture, both inside and out, like what happened to that poor woman that got sexually harassed, She's not exaggerating. Getting hired to the game industry doesn't mean you're getting a career. It means they're going to grab you, squeeze you for all you got left, and toss your ass out whenever you're not useful anymore. They are fucking parasites. They do to their workers what they do to smaller studios. They eat them, suck out all the talent, and toss it to die.
But
Yeah.
hey, Dead Space. Wait.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
that's-
don't remind me of fucking
Wait,
Dead Space. I got something to tell you about Dead
Oh,
Space
wait,
later.
Dead Space isn't Activision Blizzard, is it?
No, it's EA, which is
Oh,
its
yeah,
own
challenge.
carbon. Trust me.
We'll
I'll
get to those guys.
I'll
in the
talk about
future.
Dead Space later. I got something about them today. Small thing.
Oh God,
You'll love it.
All right. Do we have any more comments?
we'll get to that in a minute.
She's
Okay.
too angry right now.
No, but we want to know, folks. Obviously, these testimonies from these women speaking out on social media, as well as the lawsuit, couldn't have come at a worse time for Activision and Blizzard. It's clear that they're way too focused on their fucking profit margins. It's clear that they're not paying attention to the human costs of developing their entertainment company.
If it makes money, you know the human cost doesn't matter.
But we want to hear your opinions. We want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments below about what your thoughts on the Activision lawsuit. We want to hear from you, and of course, we're going to continue following this situation as it develops.
I
want
really hope
this-
that Activision goes down for
I
this,
want
and they
these
need to.
fuckers to burn.
Yes.
I want all these big companies to just turn into a giant mass of amorphous failure, so the independent studios can actually shine and show us some real quality. Remember when AAA was considered to be a mark of quality in a video game, and now it has become a mark of slow down, eased gameplay,
Pomposity.
overbloated with cutscenes and DLC, and pretty much, dude,
Microtransaction.
transaction.
Just being complacent.
Complacency. There you have it. You landed.
Complacency, resting on your laurels.
We made fun once of Call of Duty for always being the same game. We never realized every other game that wasn't from Japan was going to turn into Call of Duty.
Oopsie.
I think there needs to be like an overhaul. Like, get rid of all the fucking...
Burn it all down.
Yeah, just...
Do an Armstrong.
No,
Yes,
we can't.
we should.
We literally can't.
We really fucking should.
Did you
though.
not learn anything from the season finale of Loki? Topple the tyrant and what fills the void.
Oh, come on. We're not going to get a bunch of multiple alternate
Literally-
Activisions, okay?
Fucking Blizzard
might.
East and Blizzard West and Blizzard South all come out of the black hole
If they
going,
lose
my
the court
turn.
case, they can't even afford it.
They most likely will just
They
throw money
probably
at it until the
can.
problem goes away. But no,
Here's
dude.
the thing, they probably can. You got to remember those revenue figures that we got from just subscriptions
Yeah.
to just World of Warcraft. That is nothing to these guys.
It takes cataclysmic levels of continuous failure. Don't forget, Blizzard was riding high on its population and, admittedly, its well-made products until a certain point. Then the well-made products sort of stopped happening, and we just kept getting adequate product. And adequate is all they have been, while coasting on the goodwill of people that, let's be honest, are fucking addicted to playing certain games. But now they have two things that they cannot fight against. And one of them is A, their own shitty reputation,
Yeah.
and B, competition. Competition. Don't forget, Final Fantasy XIV, when it came out the first time, it was garbage. It was hot, pure ass. And World of Warcraft destroyed it. So then they brought in Yoshi P, who basically went, we're going to scrap this entire game, rebuild it, and we're going to take what I like.
Realm Reborn.
Yeah. And we're going to... Oh, by the way, you know what he told the guys when they were
What?
making the game? Go play World of Warcraft. We're going to learn from them, and we're going to put that here. They took lessons from World of Warcraft, and then they applied them to this game, and they gave it their own spin on it, and suddenly the game exploded in popularity. Because they played the good World of Warcraft when it was still good, and they applied that philosophy to Final Fantasy XIV. And what happened now? Final Fantasy XIV is so big, they give you 2 expansions for free. Do you have any idea how long it took me to play until I got to level 60?
Forever.
Hundreds of hours, my dude.
You're still playing.
I'm still playing. Oh yeah, Shadowbringers was fucking great. I'm waiting for Endwalker. Yeah, the next expansion is called Endwalker.
Endwalker.
Nice.
So the point is...
Endwalker.
So, if you could say that every expansion is a game, imagine a company so confident in its success that it will give you 2 full games for free, confident that you will buy the next 3.
But Angel, don't you want pandas?
There's already
The Mists of Pandaria.
Ah.
That's the greatest thing ever in the world of Warcraft.
But you know what,
Fun-
Juan? You know what, Juan? You actually do. Unfortunately, I have to concede. You actually do bring up a good point. Activision will still have loads and loads of money, no matter what happens. They're still going to be run as a company. The wheels are still going to keep.
But
turning
the
regardless.
goodwill of their fandom cannot last. They have been
It's
doing...
just a matter of time.
Yeah, they've been making bad decisions, and I can't stop putting this batter into the charger. It's fascinatingly therapeutic
It's a good
to me.
thing that you're not putting it on right, nor that it's plugged into anything.
I know, it's just therapeutic. It's
messing
like
up.
Dexter
Here,
fucking
I'll fix
screwing
that.
that
Stop
fucking
that.
log nut over and over again. Anyway, point in case is right now, Blizzard is getting hit on all fronts. On one hand, they're full of assholes. On the other hand, they are treating their company the same way. I can't believe they thought they could get away with paying less to their female interns. That feels like such a counterproductive decision for every... I don't understand.
Oh no, that's not something you get away with in any capacity. If that
Like-
shit happens, it's gonna get called
Like,
out.
not even, like shit, the sexual harassment is already bad enough. The fact that the workers are showing up drunk to work and playing more video games than actually developing video games is bad enough.
Yeah.
The fact that you're taking... Somebody made the conscious decision of looking at 20% of their working staff and go, yeah, you deserve to be paid less because you have a hole between your legs. Somebody
you
thought
have
of this.
boobalas.
Somebody thought of this and thought it was a good idea and expected this to not backfire terribly. What in the fuck?
No idea.
I guess,
why.
yeah, no.
I mean,
no,
I'm not
and-
going to sit here and tell you Square Enix is perfect. Lord knows they make the wrong decisions. But they have at least tried to fucking learn from those decisions as far as I can tell. Meanwhile...
No, Activision thinks that the people work at Activision, at least the culprits, they think that they're too big to get caught. That they're too big that they can get away with any fucking thing.
Reminder that the Overwatch 2 trailer came out almost 3 years ago, and we haven't heard anything of that game either.
They think that they could get drunk and go speeding, go past the speed limit, and they think that they won't get caught.
They got too big, so they thought they could not fail.
And
now
they're
failing.
failing hard.
It didn't occur to them that somebody might show up to challenge their all-encompassing reign until Yoshi P walked in cosplaying. By the way, do you know Yoshi P loves cosplay? He dresses like the classes he announces in the fan fests.
Nice.
The timeless concept of being too big to fail.
Or the timeless concept of believing that just because you have power, it cannot be taken away from you.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
at the end of the day, they brought this on themselves. They are the ones who are fostering this culture of acting like an asshole and thinking you can get away with it. The kind of guys who fart into champagne flutes for them to waft out, thinking that they're that hot shit.
We need another crash. We need
Who does that?
rich people.
People who are rich and people
Fun
who
fact:
think
they made fun of that in
their
Final
shit don't
Fantasy.
stink.
They made fun of that in Final
Ugh.
Fantasy 14. One of the minions you can get is a pet Marlboro, and they tell you that when they're little, their breath doesn't kill you, but it stinks to high heaven. So rich people would get baby Marlboros on feasts, so they could induce vomiting
Ugh.
and continue eating.
Isn't that what they did in the Hunger Games?
Yes.
Gross.
Gross.
Do you know that her favorite food is lamb stew with raisins?
Oh
Get
my
out.
god.
It's apparently pretty tasty, for what I heard.
Right. But yeah, we want to hear your comments below. Let us know what you think of the Activision lawsuit. We want to hear your thoughts. We want you to give us your feedback. And like I mentioned earlier, we will be covering this story as it continues developing. Real quick on the chat. Only other thing, Nora's over here saying, California, my Cali people, lend me your power and your strength. And Activision.
Engage your pure
Nani?
inner
Oh,
self.
shit.
You are already sued.
Nani?
I gotta tell you about that. I gotta tell you about that later.
Oh.
Go on.
All right, but yeah, no, like folks honestly think that the world of of entertainment is absolute trash, so people don't want to throw their money at a lot of these entertainment companies lately. But of course, there will still be people who want to try and support entertainment, and whether it be books, movies, TV shows, video games.
Lord goes, I know the books I read don't get retcon. That's a nice touch.
Right. No, of course.
The retcon has nothing to do with it. People just want to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And they want to see it.
Phone is not allowed. I'm sorry.
No, fun
No,
is very
fun
much
is allowed, and we are in the business of having fun. Okay?
So throw us money so we can have fun for you.
The question actually becomes, Angel and Jose, how much money are you willing to spend for fun? And apparently, the general population as a whole have come together and said, not as much as a movie ticket anymore, because fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We're getting straight into the next story, obviously.
That's right.
Oh,
Basically,
yes.
how these big box office movies that are coming out are basically,
Not making big box office numbers anymore.
and a lot of that really does have to do with the fact that they're being simultaneously released on streaming platforms at the same time. Who the hell is going to step out and buy a big expensive movie ticket, buy concessions, and go to a movie theater
When
they
you've
can-
literally given us the option of watching it from home.
Let us run through some basic numbers. How much is one movie ticket?
If we're-
Average $15.
Okay,
50
so let's say that I decide to go with my little brother to watch a movie because he really wants to see Black Widow. That's $30 right off the bat.
Right.
Now let's say that we want to get some popcorn, large popcorn with a drink.
That's
That is
$20.
Another $20 each. So I have already spent $70 more or less to watch the movie. So
For
now I'm
each
gonna,
of y'all to get a big ass bag of popcorn to enjoy yourselves, a big honking gulp of soda, and the experience of having a screen larger than God for you to be watching Scarlett Johansson in her tragic and epic backstory of an orphan turned spy, turned assassin, turned agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., turned Avenger, turned hero.
Isn't that just Solid Snake?
Kind of.
Point.
But
So
not really.
We sit there, we watch the movie, we enjoy it, we complain about the third act. Because let's be honest, the third act kind of fell
Well,
off.
let's not give
But
But I
away the
digress.
spoilers.
Point in
but
case
go
is,
on.
but then when the movie's over, that's it. It's time for us to get off and drive home. So put in the cost of gas for that. So as a contract, I just spend $70
Yeah.
for myself and my little brother to go watch a cool movie one time, go home. Now let's run this back. How much is a Disney Plus subscription?
All right, I can say it from personal experience. A Disney Plus subscription is $7.99
$7.99. How often?
a month.
So for $7.99, if my
But
You
you,
have
also have to take into account the premiere access of watching it on
okay,
Disney Plus.
how much is the premiere access?
$30.
$30. How many times a month?
No.
And no, anytime
For
a new
one-time
movie, a
viewing.
one-time viewing.
Okay. That actually puts things in a perspective I wasn't expecting. That means it's roughly as expensive as a movie. But wait, do I have to pay $30 for every single person, or just $30 one time?
Just
$30 one time.
And how many times can I watch the movie after that?
One time.
Just a one-time airing.
Just the one.
Yes.
Huh. But on the other hand, I don't have to go out. I
That's
don't
right.
have to spend money on food, and I don't have to spend money on gas.
You are correct. You do save money on going out and spending.
So I save half of the budget by cutting the size of the screen. Essentially, but in exchange, I can watch the movie whenever the hell I want to, and I don't have to run through the gamut of, are you ready yet? Have you finished showering? No, I don't care how the pants make you look fat, Mom. Let's go.
And my hair doesn't look right.
No, I don't give a shit. Sit down and eat and watch the movie. Point in case is, in exchange of sacrificing big screen, the only thing you have to do is pay for the movie ticket. That's $30 for the whole family. That's not just you, unless you have to pay 30 per person last time I checked. So, for people...
you better have a big screen at home.
I do, actually. Thank you for asking. So, for people that have been forced and, dare I say, accustomed to staying home for the last year or so due to some unprecedented circumstances that may or may have something to do with Chinese beautiful waifu girls,
It doesn't.
We
It
have
has to
become-
do with a virus.
we have become
on.
very used to basically staying home and doing everything at home. And we have become used to using the power of Netflix and the internet. And let's be honest, guys, if we know we're not going to go there, we're just going to pirate the fucking movie sometimes. It's just going to happen. I don't got $30. I'll pay for it later, Disney. I'll just get it. I'll just watch it now. I'll give you the money some other time. Essentially, this plague, this virus, forced us into comfort. The comfort of our own homes. And we were forced to go, you know what? Staying at home is actually not that bad most of the time.
So when we have articles such as these fucking plagiarist pigs on
Okay, yes,
Deadline,
this is an example
this is my
of
personal
a
favorite.
non-credited source. Yes,
This is my favorite.
Deadline.com.
Credible, because
Non-credible
they're
source.
pigs.
Deadline.com. I'm not. Look, hey, I'm
Pigs.
not siding with Deadline.
pigs
They were the first thing that
siding
came up.
with pigs.
I'm-
We're not
Guinea of
siding with
pigs, Bay of Pigs.
Okay, thank you. 'Cause
the
that
movie,
almost pissed me
missile
off.
crisis.
Only a little.
Yes.
But
Come on,
anyway,
go ahead, go
No
ahead.
pigs allowed.
All right, yeah. Deadline.com came out with an article today, basically, and the headline reads: "Box office drops with old movie by M. Night Shyamalan, the fucking crazy maniac
Oh,
who
actually-
produced Signs,
What
who
a
produced
twist!
The Happening,
I
who
act-
produced Lady in the Fucking Water."
By the way,
What a
I did
twist.
so old. It's not actually bad. It's just very bizarre.
Yeah, because the director's fucking bizarre.
Good. No,
Jesus.
I mean it. Good.
What a
Even if he fails many times, the world needs people like M. Night, whatever the fuck.
All
Shyamalan.
right.
Ding dong.
So box office drops with the movie Old, Snake Eyes,
Yeah, Snake Eyes.
Black Widow,
Yeah.
and Space Jam 2. But is the Delta variant or dynamic windows to blame? That's what the headline reads.
Wait, what are dynamic windows? What are
I'm
you
about, I'm about to get into it. Hang on a minute.
What the fuck dynamic windows are you talking about?
All right, first let me read the update which was provided today. Apparently, two releases respecting the theatrical window, Universal's Old and Paramount's Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins, are opening at the box office to blah results. but don't blame the distribution strategy. However, it's questionable whether we blame the Delta variant, meaning the Delta variant of COVID.
Corona Digiball 2.
When it comes to the box office,
Deltamon.
Deltaronamon.
when it comes to the box office, it's all about product. And last weekend, it was clear that there was a segment of the audience who was eager to see the long-awaited sequel to 1996 Space Jam, spending $31.05 million.
Not bad.
It opened in the face of the Delta variant and over-indexed its $20 million projection to become the biggest domestic debut for a family movie during the pandemic.
So, good news. In the theaters, Warner Brothers actually pulled their head out of their ass and actually said, you know what? Let's temper our expectations.
Yeah.
Let's actually expect 20 million in the box office.
No
because
more those
we know
numbers,
people
man.
are crazy. We know people aren't going to go to the theaters. We know that people are scared of the virus. We know people have HBO Max. Let's expect
right.
20 million and we'll be fine.
You notice that when
We'll be fine.
You notice that when the virus hit is when all these streaming like services began to come out because they were basically scrambling to go, how do we keep making money when the theaters are shutting down?
Exactly.
However-
and then Space Jam came out and they did 30 million. It's like,
Hey.
yay, okay, we did half as much better than we expected. Cool. Let's keep ourselves at these low expectations, please.
However, gentlemen, this weekend...
Gentleman, give me a minute. I gotta pee.
Hey, gentlemen, there's three of us.
Not anymore.
No, as in you are addressing gentleman.
All right,
you are
fine.
addressing angel.
You were
However,
saying.
The other
this
gentleman.
weekend, the sequel is down net minus 68% for around $10 million in fourth place. But the fact that the film is available for free in HBO Max households has something to do with that.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, when you look at it, people seeing the movie once, that's good. Why would they run back to see it again? They saw it on the big screen. Now they can see it on the slightly smaller screen.
Now, yeah, on the subject of the movie Old, let's see. The mixture of two mediocre studio-wide entries, Delta concerns, and theatrical window experimentation is pushing the overall weekend box office down minus 27% with an estimated $66.5 million from last weekend's $91.4 million.
Damn.
Disney's Black Widow, also available at home on Disney Plus and Premiere, is looking at a third weekend of $10.86 million in third place.
Damn.
Minus 58%, which is among the steepest third weekend declines for a Disney MCU movie alongside Thor Ragnarok, which was minus 0.62%, Thor The Dark World,
Yeah, I expect that one.
minus 0.61%, and Doctor Strange, minus 0.59%.
Damn.
Black Widow made $3.5 million yesterday, minus 56% from a week ago.
Yeah, the way I see it is a combination of factors that agree to this. It's not just one thing. It is the corona, yes. I mean, let's be honest. When everybody can stay at home and just watch the movie, they're not gonna. It's hard to have the theater experience when there's nobody else in the theater but you. You know, that's at that point it just becomes a narcissistic project.
Further, yeah, exactly, and more to the point, but Disney and Warner Brothers shot themselves in the foot by making the movies available for the streaming service.
Some of them even for free at that.
Yes, HBO Max for free. Holy shit!
Then again, I mean, if you keep paying that monthly subscription, you're basically paying for your ticket right there and then. But there's also the fact that people don't want to do repeat viewings anymore. I mean, how many times do you think people went back to rewatch Infinity War while it was still in theaters? Over and over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel movies always have enjoyed the crowd that keeps going back to rewatch their movies 2 or 3 times in a row just so they can enjoy it again. But I think that a combination of A, Corona, B, the fact that you can access the stuff at home, and C, Marvel burnout has resulted in the drop-off. After Endgame, I can understand that after Endgame, many people just feel like, okay, I'm good. We reached the conclusion. Now that it's building up and they're dropping more project, it's tiresome. It doesn't help that the connecting points, the TV series, the anime OVAs are on the computer on the TV. You can just watch them on TV. You don't go to a theater for that.
Yes, the Marvel series. The Marvel series is Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVisions are anime OVAs.
They're basically
Don't tell
OVAs.
us that they're not.
They have few episodes, higher production values. They got an all-star cast, and they connect to something bigger.
Yeah.
It's basically an OVA. So those don't show up in theaters. So
No.
people don't have a reason to go see the same movie over and over again because A, they can watch it here, and B, bro, we've been to like how many Marvel movies already?
Oh man, I
22.
lost count. But on the
22.
subject,
People get tired of that stuff, man.
But on the subject of the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan,
Ding dong.
What a twist!
And in regards to M. Night Shyamalan notching the lowest wide opening of his career with Old, with $15.75 million after $6.88 million Friday, and Paramount's Snake Eyes seeing $14 million after $5.5 million of Friday.
Yeah, no.
It's clear from the okay, yeah. So, yeah, Snake Eyes and Old are pretty much at the bottom.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's nothing to grab the attention of people because, let's be honest, we know the last time we heard of G.I. Joe. And as I was telling Joe right now, Juan, people have no reason to go back for repeated viewings. Let's be honest. We heard stories when Marvel was swinging at full cylinders of people going back to watch Endgame or Infinity War 2 or 3 times in the theater. They have no need to do that anymore. For starters, like I said, we already seen it. We can just go watch it at home. B, sometimes the subscription service will just let me see it at home, so I don't have to risk myself. And C,
Pirates.
some people just experience burnout.
Yar.
Not to say that current product with Marvel is bad. It's just that after Endgame and gave such a powerful note of finality, many people just go, okay, I'm good. I'll watch it later. I'm good. I don't need to see it right now, you know? The same level of increasing, mounting hype for the next big fucking thing has been tempered by the fact that we already went to the big fucking thing.
But folks need to actually get into perspective here. We had how many separate movies before we actually got to the big fucking thing? The very first Avengers, we had what, 4 or 5 movies?
Let's see.
Iron Man,
Iron Man
Incredible
2.
Hulk, Iron Man 2,
Thor,
and Captain America,
the first Avenger.
5 movies before the Avengers. So we have 5 movies, and then every other movie was in some way or another connected to the higher mythos because it was building up to the big dramatic conclusion of Infinity War, followed by the bigger, dramaticer conclusion of Endgame, and it did its job perfectly. I dare say, I'm not gonna say all of them were perfect. I'm not gonna say all of them were good, but they were damn good enough that it kept us going and it kept us excited. We were fucking hype. When we walked onto the theater, we sat there going, "Oh man, I can't wait to see what happens next." Holy
I left
shit.
my emotions in the theater.
And now it ended. So when you tell me that there's so let me put it this way: when Spider-Man, what was it called? What was the second one?
Spider-Man
Far
From Home. When it came out, I wasn't, oh my god, Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, cool, Spider-Man. I want to see what happens. And then I went, that was pretty fun. Can't wait to see what happens next. And when Black Widow comes out, I'm not jumping off my seat. I just go, yeah, okay, sure, I'll go watch it. But I won't see myself going back to watch it again and again.
I think the main reason with that, and this is minorly spoilerizing, I will say this right now, very minor. The story takes place within 2 weeks or so after the end of Captain America Civil War.
Oh, that's right.
So this is about the same time as Black Panther's story is happening.
Wakanda Man.
So you've got Black Panther going on.
You have Michael Jordan and
Actually-
Bosnia fighting themselves in a horrible CG fest.
After Black Panther.
It's actually after Black Panther.
Yes.
now I think
Oh,
Oh,
about
by
it.
the way, apparently the reason why the final fight in Black Panther
I mean,
had
before.
somewhat dodgy CGI is because the Corona forced them to rush the development.
No, it didn't. No, Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, Corona didn't come out until the.
I can't remember what it was, but something happened. I think it had to do with Corona. I can't remember, but
Oh, I think I know. Yeah,
what
go
was
on.
it again? But basically, something fucked up their production, and they couldn't
Right.
touch up the CG as well. So the final fight kind of looks like a really advanced
Video
PS3
game.
cutscene.
Yeah.
Grab the controllers, man.
Well,
They look
regardless,
rubbery. Okay, no. The point is, like, the story of Black Widow is enclosed. It's set in stone. There's
Yeah.
nothing open for it, except maybe for what might happen after it. But I'm not gonna.
I
leave
mean,
it.
who knows? We
You
have
know, like-
multiverse bullshit going on, so
Yeah,
we could
but,
have a million Natasha Romanoffs.
I will say this to you guys right now. If you want to know about that, you're going to have to go watch Black Widow and find out.
Oh, I'm gonna watch Black Widow. I want some high-tech espionage fighting shit.
Or I could just pay $30 and watch it at home.
I didn't say which way to watch it, but I
Exactly.
personally recommend the theater experience, if only for a couple of reasons.
Oh,
Number
yeah.
one, seeing something like that, seeing Scarlett
Big
Johansson's
screen.
bootay on an IMAX screen
Large screen.
is worth the price of admission.
It
But
is
it's not
pretty
just
good.
Scarlett Johansson.
You're right. It's Scarlett Johansson's ass. The most powerful aspect of this entire
Talking about
movie.
other actresses, you idiot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Left cheek and right cheek.
exactly. Left cheek Johansson and right cheek Johansson.
All right, move it. Yeah, okay.
But-
And the
like-
most powerful of all, J. Jonah Johansson Jameson.
That's
It's just the same guy, but with a bigger ass.
J.K. Simmons with Scarlett Johansson.
But with a big ass.
Wow.
Wow,
The ass
Angel.
also have a
I'm being a
mustache.
dork. Obviously, we love Scarlett Johansson and her acting and her bootiness and everything. So,
Yes, she is an essential asset.
But the point that we're
The
trying to make...
backstory was very properly developed.
Hang on, let's get to Juan's point.
Sorry, go ahead. You were
Your
saying.
point, Juancho.
The point that we're trying to make in all of this is actually pretty straightforward. There's a lot of different factors in what's happening with these low box office returns, but that doesn't automatically make them quote unquote failures.
Not really.
No, because this virus situation, this quarantine shit that we've been living through, has forced these corporations to adjust how they project their earnings and project their budgets on stuff. They might not be giving that much money for their productions because they realize they may not need that much.
Ironically enough, this has actually forced them to cut down on the excessive spending. Don't forget,
might.
we're also coming from a time where before this virus, movies, especially Marvel movies, the amount of money they were making, you could buy entire countries with that shit.
It was stupid money.
It was
so stupid.
It was levels of money that would require the National Reserve to start printing more bills. Every time a Marvel movie came out, the economy was on the chance of collapsing due to overinflation.
Yeah.
The stock market became a Mobius strip. Seriously, we could have bought China during that time. We should have done that.
I wish.
But regardless, point
Maybe
is,
we wouldn't have so much
Corona
renminbi
came
problem.
in and slammed the brakes, and suddenly people couldn't spend money because they couldn't go to the places where they would spend money. So the big wigs with the big fancy suits decided, oh shit, I need something to fucking keep my gold-plated yacht. And that's why we suddenly got that slew of streaming services, because they figured if they can make you pay for the theater, they might as well make you pay forever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And people will do it because we don't think about
On the
our
bra-
subscription
To be fair though,
mentality.
I'll give them this much though. The combination of if I combine Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max, plus a bunch of I could put 3 other things together.
Don't forget your internet connection that you need in order to make it happen.
Oh no, to be fair, no. I won't put the internet connection because the internet was always gonna be there, no matter what. I was always gonna happen. All of that together might still be less than the average cable package, and it gives me infinitely more freedom to watch what I want with no commercial breaks in a row at once. Guys, I know this sounds insane, but do you remember when you had to wait until next week to see the next episode of something? I barely do anymore. I can literally turn on any of the streaming services I want to and watch whatever the hell I need to. Hell, with the internet connection alone, I don't need to subscribe to anything. But, for the sake of supporting the product that I want. Point in case is, this stuff comes with a net benefit to us, the viewer, but it comes at the exchange of the difference of the theaters are going to suffer because they can't use the same excuse anymore.
Now, I have a good what-if question, folks.
Shoot.
Now, knowing all this, what if right now, around this time, the entertainment providers, the entertainment companies such as Disney and HBO Max and all that stuff, what if they decide not to cancel the whole streaming platform altogether, but however, scale back and pull the plug on these exclusive access to the upcoming movies on the streamings?
Then people will simply cancel the subscription. Because
Either that, or if they want to watch the movie bad enough, they'll go to the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they do it that way, that'll prompt the viewers, that'll prompt the customers to go to the theaters, spend all the bucks, and that'll and that will result in major box office money.
A possibility, but I don't think they will, on the grounds that simply putting the internet on the streaming service and having people pay for it will net them a lot more money than getting the film made, printing physical copies of the film, distributing them to stores, or putting it on the theater and paying for the advertisement and putting all that. Because let's be honest, the studios pay the theaters to put that shit in there.
That's true.
So all they have to do is, bro, I can literally hit this button and upload the movie on perfect quality on someone's screen, and they just give me $30.
And all we have to do after that is hit a button over here. And since we've been mentioning piracy on this whole thing, guess what? I've got all of Black Widow. I've got all of Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
I've got all of Space Jam.
Let's not forget the fact that
full definition off of my computer, off of their subscription, off of their platform.
Yeah, and they don't care.
I can give it off to whoever I want for pennies on the dollar, if not for free, because fuck y'all's, fuck the machine.
And they don't have
Thanks
to care.
for the booty.
And they don't have to care because at the end of the day, they still get your money for that one airing, which is what they projected for, plus the $4.99 that you're still paying month after month after month. They don't have to take your money. You are giving it their money. Sure, you are giving them less money, but you are giving them money forever. They are basically thinking on the long-term strategy. I don't need you to give me a huge payment. Just give me $1 a day.
No, I get it. I guess
that's how those assholes do it. Oh, it's like those freaking Salvation Fund or whatever, the stupid one. It's like, for only a few pennies a day.
Look at it this way. Joe, I need $30. I need you to give me $30 right now. And you're like, I can't do that. That's okay, Joe. Just give me $1 for the whole month every day.
Guess what? There's 31 days.
Psychologically, people will part money way faster if they know they're giving away small, tiny amounts. Because to them, it's just, it's $4. That's a Snickers bar or some shit. But then suddenly go, wait, I don't have any Snickers bars anymore.
Now, but doesn't this bring up like another point? Like, don't these movies, like, don't they basically like their popularity, don't they live or die based on box office numbers? Which, like, any revenue that they make from the box office will help fund for future projects.
Normally they would, but they have to endure a whole year of that philosophy not working. After 365 days of what you just said not working, they had to adapt. The
You
ones that don't
remember
adapt
how
go
the
broke.
How the greatest grossing film of 2020 was Sonic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check that.
Sonic!
Give me a second.
Sonic!
Let me check that real quick.
Sonic.
Give me a minute.
We're getting a sequel, but
So-
that's for another discussion.
Sonic the Hedgehog cost. I fucked up. That is not the one. Sonic the Hedgehog movie production cost.
This guy with his voice assist.
Oh,
This
well.
thing doesn't speak sexy Cuban accent.
The budget was $85 to $90 million. The result was $319.7 million back.
Fuck.
This and the existence of Deadpool proves that you don't need to spend astronomical amounts of money to make a profit. You just gotta make a good movie. I know, incredible, isn't it?
I know. What are the odds?
Now, obviously, they can't do that because they don't know how to make good movies. It's Disney. But they had to be forced by this virus, by this year, to basically go, your business model is not working anymore. You cannot dump an entire country's net worth of fucking capital into this filming reel and expect the same result back because people don't want to die. Stupid. So they decided to go for the route of, okay then,
Streaming.
pay me $5 a month. All you have to do is pay $5 a month.
$5 a month ain't that bad.
Forever.
Forever.
Forever. And
We
hey,
have you.
now,
We have
admittedly,
you.
admittedly, guys,
We have you.
admittedly, $5 a month really isn't that much of a big deal. Even if you pay that for your entire life, it would barely like put a dent in your budget, which is why it's smart, because they're doing by the drip feed. Okay, one person, one family, one group of friends pays $5.99 for this once a month, and so does another person, and another, and another, and another. How many people? You know what? Let's do some more investigation.
Yeah, go right ahead. You go right. But and you know what? You do make a good point. If they decide to pull the plug right now and go back to
How many people have Disney Plus right now?
And if they try to go back to the old ways of, getting the customers to spend money in the movie theaters, then they will lose.
Disney now has 94.9 million subscribers.
Whoa. I am one of them.
Multiply that by 5.
94 point, how many?
94.9 million.
94.9, multiply it by 5. Multiply that by 5. $5. That's how much they make.
$474,500,000 a month.
1 month, and they make so much money that the people that with that much money they are basically covering all their costs.
Here's my tribute to the evil overlord that is the Mickey
We're not
Mouse.
done. Multiply that by 12.
Ha! $5.694 billion a year. Guess what? In 1 year of Disney
We
Plus,
have enough budget to fund every single Marvel movie.
No, we have enough money to buy back Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
We can buy Marvel
So that
for
mean-
that amount of
like,
money.
for that
if
money-
we bought it off
Think about this.
in 2010.
When
whatever.
did Disney Plus come out?
Last year.
Last year. They have made roughly that much already. They don't need to risk in big projects because now we make them enough money they can afford the big projects. So this is ironically enough good for them and for us. We pay a
Nice
little to get a lot of product. They get a fuck ton of money to afford the big product.
But can the same be said for HBO Max and Paramount and the Paramount streaming services for
Let's-
the Warner Brothers and Paramount
All
movies?
right, let's not
Let's-
bother with this stuff at this point.
Yeah, let's
We
not bother with
understand-
them. Yeah, because
No.
from what you said, they don't spend a dime in HBO Max.
Let's find out.
Yes, they do.
How many people
Actually, no, they
have
don't.
HBO Max right now? This is just for calculation's sake. 12.1 million direct accounts, which means that they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times roughly less than Disney. But that is still quite a bit of money. And that's not counting Netflix. I'm not even going to go into that one.
Yeah, let's not even go into that one.
But the point is, by that, okay, Disney has presence. Disney has power. Disney has staying power
Isn't
in the
it kind of
memories.
scary how much they have power?
Little known babies recognize Disney logos at 21 months of age. They recognize over 50 signs of commercial logos at 50 months of age. You don't have to expose them. Everyday life exposes them to the commercialism. Each live in capitalismus and all that.
Your favorite line.
But
Should we
And
have
there
like
you
an
have it.
equivalent of a swear jar for every time Angel says that he has to put change in there?
Yes, and then as a capitalist, I will take it all for myself and provide you a service. Now, here's the thing, though. Believe it or not, I'm not calling.
We should
Disney.
make a flock shirt with Angel hollering "Each Sleep Capitalism."
Yes, you should. No, I'm not kidding. Do it. Now, I am not going to sit here and tell you Disney is not a bunch of greedy fucks, because Lord knows they are. But the point is that is what is called a damn good business decision. They have a massive fucking fandom. Half of it is taking all the new stuff, half of it hates the new stuff. But if you offer them all of the stuff for $5 a month, and occasionally... Oh, by the way, we didn't throw in the occasionally movie ticket in there, by the way. We didn't throw them the officially movie ticket in there. If you offer them all of your library, what they want and what they don't, for $5 a month, and they can peruse and pick whatever they want, dude, let's be honest, that is an excellent deal for the average customer. $5, that much content? You might as well fucking give me that for free. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll tell my friends to do it. I'll tell my family to do it. And just like that, Disney just obtained a few $100s. And then you just repeat that ad infinitum, and there you have it. More money than they could possibly need to pay their entire staff twice over and work on all those fancy Marvel products that people like.
Yeah.
They have found, ironically enough, because of this coronavirus, they have found the perfect business model to make sure that they stay in power and they can keep pumping out product of varying quality.
Jesus, man.
They won because everybody else lost.
Ugh.
Of course, that's just our take. We want to hear from you, folks. We want to hear from you in the comments below. Tell us what you think about these this whole mess of this fusion of streaming services and box office releases. Do you want more movies released in the theaters rather than on streaming services? Do you prefer them on streaming services? How would you be running this stuff your way? And after seeing the number crunching that we did, what do you got to say about the fact that we're basically funding the entirety of the MCU for only $5 a month?
Exactly. Do you prefer watching it on the giant big screen of a movie theater, or do you prefer to do it at the comfort of your own home?
Yep.
I mean, when you think about it, you could just buy yourself a bigger TV.
We can wrap up on the chat real quick.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Nora is over here saying, I'd rather watch it at home where the food and drinks are free.
See?
Really? So someone else is buying your food and drinks for you? Is that it?
To be fair,
You're
though,
still buying your own food and drinks. They might not be $20 for a bucket of popcorn and a large soda, but you're still buying your own food and
to
drinks.
be fair, though, a bucket of popcorn and a large soda costs like what, $3 in Walmart?
True. Very, very true. She's like, she's over here saying, so we made more laziness in 2020. Lady in the Water was a stupid movie. You boys are perverts, LOL. Blomps Jose, pervert, LMAO.
Yes.
And Disney has enough to make a Castlevania castle. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and take Magic Kingdom, turn it into a Castlevania castle.
Dude,
Why the fuck
I
not?
will take a damn tour of that castle.
Dude, that would be an amazing holiday Halloween-like twist they would do.
I will spend a night in that castle.
I mean, bro, Castlevania is already in Nintendo.
And I will do something to get myself kicked out of that castle and be like, yeah, that was me. I was there.
Joe, you're not allowed to take a shit on Dracula's desk.
What?
Just for that, I'm gonna buy Just for that, I'm gonna buy the novelty Demon Slayer whip from the gift shop to stop you.
Again.
No, Bad Joe, get out.
Harder, please.
No.
Wow, you fucking...
Regardless, it appears that the world of technology and pop culture is going through an upheaval. As many nations, Corona has forced competition to the forefront.
Exactly.
This is what it took to break the monopolies, by the way.
And the recent numbers of these movies doesn't really mean that any of these movies are bad. Although I haven't seen any of M. Night Shyamalan's work lately because he's fucking crazy and egotistical.
No, it's
We
not that
need
they're
crazy.
bad. It's just they're readjusting their definition. These companies are readjusting their definition of what a successful movie is.
We used to think that successful meant make enough money to feed every child in Africa and then don't do it anyway. But now we're into make enough money to feed a third of the children in Africa and then don't do it anyway.
And then they do it anyway.
All right, yeah, I think we could pretty much wrap this up. We're already past the hour. And next week we're going to return to our standard programming. Next week we're going to go back to Los Amigos Play on the last Saturday of July, July 31st. We will go another round on Doom 2016.
What better way to end the sweltering month of summer by going into the hottest place we can think of? Hell. I was going to say Florida, but that works too.
Yes, and I think I'm pretty much done right there. I'm not gonna promote anything else from next week. You guys will know because, well, we can't keep our mouths shut.
No, we cannot.
No, we cannot. So, with that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casapona, Angel Mendez, and Juan Arouse, where we bring to you our weekly takes on the world of the Central Florida cosplay and convention community, as well as the internet culture, nerd culture, geek culture, gaming culture, the discultured cow milk culture, and everything in between. And as we strive since 2013 to continue making your voice our mission. Once again, we invite you to share this stream of the Ravens Flock to all your friends and family, everyone who wants to know about the Ravens Flock, everyone who should know about the Ravens Flock, everyone who should know what we're all about and what you stand for by joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell located by Angel's left knee and located on your streaming platform. And we, of course, invite you to continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Twitch.tv/The Ravens Flock Online, and of course, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, home of the Black Files, Wrestle Rewind, Los Amigos Play, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, this has been another exciting edition of our flagship show, Nerds All Over the Internet. We are The Ravens Flock. And we are out.